Right. Hello, Master Hivemind. Let me press on the Minecraft. Okay. This can take a hot second because nobody is online, but it should be sorted in just a bit. So, how is everyone doing today? Very good. Um, we still were in this area, but we are kinda done here. Huh, is stream lagging? Or is it just the compression in my preview? So this is what I was working on the last days. Just a casual vineyard or vineyard or however you want to pronounce it. I think it looks pretty cool. A little bit cozy, just like a very agricultural look. Did I put down my bat upstairs there? I might have. No. Okay, I have it in my inventory. Because I like to travel with a bat on me at all time. Okay, first of all, going to put that in there, pick that one up, put it in the ender chest. Do we need any of this? I might take the gold. Just going to make blocks of lapis lazuli for enchanting. And I'll leave the rest here, I think. Don't really see how I will need it straight away. I'll take the string just because I'm always short on string. And I'll leave the rest here, except of the ender chest. I like to have an ender chest on me. I'll take back some of the sweet berries because I was out of those. Actually, it's probably easier to go this way. Just because this teleport is easier for me. And I think there is also a church at the end on this road, which I could use to go back to world spawn if I place down my bats at my spawn point and destroy my bat again. Which might be the fastest way to go about it, to be honest. So this will be a huge wheat field with stone walls surrounding it. Same goes for this side, I think. Yeah, this seems terraformed. Will end up looking more like this, obviously. Huh. Using cobble for the branches, That is a unique way to do it. To be honest, this hill looked better with the lighter andesite. I still think this andesite is a little bit too dark, you know? Preferred to have it like closer to the stone slash cobble spectrum, because it felt way more usable than it does now. And our pack in general is pretty dark. Okay, so we did set our spawn point, did destroy our spawn point. This should be fine. And this will be world spawn. Yes. Okay. Okay, we're heading for the Builders Guild, in which we can go ahead and turn in our quest. So we'll quickly grab a building quest banner and one of the tools. Not sure which one yet, because I have all of the ones already, and I do have the pickaxe twice. But at the same time, you do use the pickaxes way more often. I'll have to close that one on the way back out. Okay. So if we just put that one here and we grab our banner one, put it here, we got one more of these banners. Let's go for a pickaxe again. This way I can give them to my friends, I suppose. So we did this one. We'll take the book, put it in here. We'll need an extra paper for that actually. And I may have left the papers at Miller's Hold, to be honest. We'll take the pickaxe, we'll take the banner. Who is this streamer? I don't know, man. He's pretty weird. Ah, exactly. He's a weirdo. Just put it in here. I'm sure I have to keep these. Okay, do I have paper on me? Maybe in this one? No. Okay, I need to find some paper and come back to here. But first of all, I'll quickly get myself a new quest. We get 3 tries, we can pick the one we like the most, and the other ones we have to put in that chest over there. So that's one. A garrison. Sounds like a big building. Add 7 variations of a tree type in Edgery for a custom forest down the road. That sounds fun. Create a custom forest along the road using structure blocks. It is fun, but it sounds like a lot of work. What server are you playing on? I'm playing on the Realm of Aston. This was the garrison, right? Well, yeah. We'll throw the garrison back. So, 7 variations of trees. We are not going to do that one today, but I'll put it on my quest table. Did Fix do some more quests? I kinda did. I'm still ahead with the most, I guess. Yeah. So we're playing on the Realm of Fast and just like the general building lore server I'm playing on lately. One of my previous quests was actually doing some interiors in one of the kingdoms, and I did in this kingdom. I did to that one, I did to the underside of that one, and I did to that one over here. Quickly going to sleep for the night, as well as put my spawn point back here. We still have to go out for sugarcane. I might have to make like a small sugarcane farm in Port Bray, just so I can find it when I need it. Because this is like the 3rd time and kinda it needs just a little bit of sugarcane around here. Okay, if we go up here, there might be some left from where I got it last time. I did plant some over here, but I think I took all of that. Yeah. Well, I guess we're currently hunting for sugarcane. I will might make a little farmer out of it. No automatic one, just a small one from which I can get sugarcane when needed for a few pieces of paper. Do not see any sugarcane along the river here. Did not bring my ender pearls on my actual body, they're still in my ender chest. Alright. I'm being cool terrain and such, but no sugarcane yet. Might have to check around the library over there. Okay, let's quickly scout through this. This is the way towards the witch swamp. I mean, in a swamp definitely should be some sugarcane. Let me quickly go off the beaten pathway. I mean, it all looks very cool, but not a single piece of sugarcane. Which makes me kinda worry. Was that sugarcane ahead at the horizon? Not sure. No, it was the green. Oh, but there actually was. Thank you. Okay. I think it might be time for that, like, little sugarcane farm. Not sure if I can take this way to go back. But find it out in just a second. Because there is definitely a path over here. I have to replace these slabs, dirt slabs at one point as well. Okay, I could do a sugarcane farm somewhere around here into the mountains, but I would like to have it close inside the city of Port Bray. Okay, if we go through the gate over here, And then quickly run to the other side of the castle. Okay, and now we just have to find a little spot we can use for the farm. Or if we want to use a house for it, that's also possible. But I think I kind of want to keep the houses with interiors as well. So either I'll make a small farm underneath the docks, or I'll make it like into the mountainside over there, or somewhere in here. What, a small walkway going to it. Or I could hide it somewhere over here in the corner, which might not be too bad of an idea. But I'll be right back, guys. I'll quickly have to head to the toilet. I'll see ya in just a second. All right. So what I just thought of, we could hide like a trapdoor or door into the walls and have like a secret illegal circuit farm from like a normal city folk trying to avoid import tax on like his goods. Or we could go just a little bit further, because down there we do have like these slum-like buildings, and we could make it in one of the slums with like the general same idea, but just not like on the main docks, so it is hidden within the slums. Now, like for example, if I would do it like, okay, not this one, in here or something. It is hidden in quote unquote because it's in the slums. And at the same time we're filling in an interior because most of these are kinda empty. Okay, where does this one lead to? To a bunch of zombies apparently. This one leads to a bunch of caves, which is cool for some illegal stuff as well, but at the same time it would be neat to save that one for something bigger-ish. This one does not have an interior, which I could use. This one has a start of an interior, so I'm not going to do this one either. Could make one more in this flank maybe, which is an option. We are another part of the slums. Space over here, space over here. This one does kinda have an interior. And this is accessible from this part. Okay. So like these lower ones, most of them have an interior. I go to that one, which is just straight ahead, or... Ooh, I did miss this one. That one's pretty well hidden, to be honest. Let's do this one. We'll make this a illegal sugarcane plantation. We will need a bucket. And I kind of want to switch to Dominus Nocte just because he is faster. Not sure how far I can push it. Not too far, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to the most, and to be safe. And we don't want to go up. Okay, this might work. This is actually decently big already. Okay, I think I might still split it up and make some separate rooms. Wait a second. Okay. So, for example, if we would block this one off and we make it sweep of 2, well, actually it should be cane, water, cane, which is doable. I'll have to replace this with dirt. Oh, iron. we'll put a cobble here. Pat, howdy Eveler, how are you doing today? I need some dirt, and I don't think that I do have that in my ender chest. Oh, no, I do. Fantastic. I think 80 might be enough, actually. No, probably isn't. Doing well, and you? I'm doing fine, to be honest. I felt a little bit sick in class. Like, nothing bad, just a little headache, and it was like pretty hot. My labo, so I couldn't concentrate well, but I'm all fine, to be honest. Okay, we have to dress this up more neatly now. Probably going to drop down the floor 1 to start. I do kind of want a lectern, a bed, and a yellow bed for that matter, because we're in the slummy area of Porbray with a lot of squat. I want some clay pots as well. That's not what I need. We can use the bookshelf to make a lectern. Probably might end up using some hay. A crafting bench. I think there was one here. Yes. One of the squid die. He did. Okay. I maybe should fill in this gap as well. I'm just going to leave it open and put one more on top. No, don't really need bookshelves, I'm fine on that. I have some in my ender chest ready. But I will be making one lectern, because basically I needed some sugarcane in Port Bray, and without checking the half of kinship, there was not really a place to get my sugarcane. And this scenario happened the last days, like 3 or 4 times, and I do not need like a ton of sugarcane, but just a tiny bit. So I decided to come in this like slum area and make one of the unfinished buildings illegal in quote sugarcane farm. I'll make it look like low-rise is trying to evade taxes and like sell sugarcane grown illegally in a slummy building. But meta-wise, it's just for me a spot to come when I need like 5 sugarcane without having to go to the Hall of Kinship, even though it's the same length of a walk, but you know, it is something. And I guess it does fill in one of the little slums here, so that's good in that way. Okay, how does one craft the lectern again? Because I always forget. I know I need one bookshelf. Ah, wooden slabs, of course. So if we just very broadly try to texturize stone floor and walls, probably end up doing something like this as well at the edges, because I don't want to look at very square. I do need to get myself 3 yellow wool. I have to be careful to not fall into the river near. I already died in there once when I was not paying any attention to where I was walking through. And I have to go up and around here. There isn't a door in there, is there? Oh. There we go. There should be 3 wool in the Hall of Kinship. I do not need the N at in that sentence, but sure. Okay, so I hope I can find the wool in here, because the storage system shifted like 2 or 3 times and I'm having trouble finding the right things now, to be honest. But I guess I'll be alright. Clay and bricks is something I can use as well, but it's empty. That's orange bats. Orange and white bats. General crafting, what's that? Sticks, okay. Wool, okay. That might be the right one. Here we go. Big 3 wool. And yeah, I haven't found a storage area in Bray until now, lol. Oh yeah, so basically this is a storage area. We used to have like all these deep storage units. Well, they're out of order at the moment. But the easiest way to go about it, you have to just cross straight across here, which is Hall of Kinship. And depending from what like angle you come from, I usually just take this route in the reverse then, but I usually go up there and then drop down here just as a shortcut. But like the easiest way about it would literally be walk up to the Builders Guild, walk up here, go here, go down here, go back up to the ice, left, and straight across. And then just like straight across in there. It isn't too complicated, but the problem is we used to have that as the main storage like the previous season, but due to the bug in Port-Bray we had to relocate everything to the end. But now it's kinda heading back. But usually each current kingdom has their own storage, and Port-Bray will be like the main storage, which is Cross Kingdom. So after we're done a season, we'll probably try to move as much of the stuff as possible back to Port-Bray. Okay, so we do have the wool, we can make the bat. And for the slums, I definitely prefer the yellow one because it's like a star one. Let's just slap it down for now, probably move it over. But I do want to add like a little bit of texture in the ground as well. We'll add in some gravel and coarse dirt probably. And even some hay. Did I bring my coarse dirt? I didn't, but guess I'll craft one stack. I think I left it in Builder's Old. What? Yeah. I should do it in an X shape, shouldn't I? Or is it the other way around? Oh, it's just 4. Okay then. Can't remember, I always use the book. Yeah, I should use the book more. And I'm using it more than I was before, but still. I don't know, it's just... I never fully understood, like, the coarse dirt crafting recipe. I mean, I do get it, like, gravel and dirt. Definitely with dirt texture pack, but like in vanilla, it doesn't look real like coarse dirt, so at the same time, yeah. The floor is still a little bit odd, but it might improve after I sprinkled around some of the hay for the bat. Okay, where would be the top tier sleeping place here? So we'll probably close this one off. Well, add like a little bench over here, probably till this block. I'll put that as a marker. Um, I do want like a share. And I might even just like put this somewhere along there, and I'm going to use this as a marker. We might put the bed in this corner and put like a wooden wall over there. Then we'll have like this little space behind here, which I could fill in with some living utensils. Clay. I need some clay. Is that? Well, that is handy. Should be plenty for now. Is there a furnace in here? There is. We'll just put that one in. We should have some coal as well. Maybe not. Where's the wood shulker? I'm dotting between oak or spruce, to be honest. I might go for the oak just to have like the contrast between the outer and the inner wall, and as well just because I have more of it. I'll make one more crafting bench. Probably can like use it anyway somewhere along here. We'll make some slabs because we need them. We'll make a stair. Yeah, oak is lighter and it's okay, so I'll make this like the little desk/work area. We'll put pots on there, the clay pots, and we'll put tiny sugarcane in the pot if we can do that. I'm just assuming we can. If we can't do that, I might have an issue. Huh. Turns out we can't. First of all, eat that away. I really thought you could make pots with sugarcane in it. Because I wanted to make it look like he was planting baby sugarcane. No. Bamboo can work, yeah. Good one, Evelyn, thank you. My inventory is a mess again, I just cleaned it earlier, but... so wait, one of these has string in it. This one here as well. This one, yes. So, bamboo. For that, we'll check the health kinship again. if it isn't over there, I'll quickly check injury. There is a skeleton shooting at me, but I'm just going to ignore that. Okay, okay, mate. Mate. I'm destroying the grass here, do not like that. Oh yeah, I have to go back up. I always forget. I should actually add some support to that walkway at one point, but yeah. Can always use the green stained glass as well, to be honest. It also looks like a bamboo slash sugarcane. As long as it does not connect, that is. Plants. Bamboos. Actually, arrows should be around there. There we go. I didn't check if bamboo goes into a pot, but I'm pretty sure it does. I'm just slightly confused why sugarcane does not go in a pot. True, I like green glass with a flower pot to look like a cattail. Weeds that grow in a swamp. Yeah, I know what cattail is, yeah. It kinda does look like that, yeah. Yeah, I'm kinda confused as in why sugarcane does not go in pots, but I know bamboo does in the... But why doesn't sugarcane? Because, okay, it's not the end of the world to use bamboo instead, you know? But I just kinda... something like this, and I guess we'll just fall. I'm trying it again. That's a good question, yeah. I can't rotate these, can I? Because at this point I do not know what I can and can't do. Okay, do not really like how the leaf is like all in the same direction, but I do not think I can fix that. Boom, boom. I do have a red mushroom, but I'm not sure what the red mushroom does on the pot. I think that's one of the special textures. It's the quill. I might do the quill, but The quill should be... Oh, I had smooth stone in my inventory. Yeah, if it could be a texture pack thing, it should. Like, I would hate to bug germs for that, but at the same time, that little thing would do so much. I'm just really quickly going to put that into the shot. I mean, we can ask. Uh, and I'm doing it now, otherwise I'll probably forget. So if you don't mind, I'll put your name as well under it, Avalar. Because now all of them will face east. There we go. Yeah, quickly put it in Discord. I mean, if it's too much of a hassle, then they probably won't do it, but if it is very easy to do so, it would be, for me at least, kind of a big improvement. And I think for others as well, because I don't know, I really like to have like some of the stuff randomized without it being too randomized. You can still like expect how bamboo in a pot looks, but it will be just slightly different if the leaves face different directions, you know? Can I go into the wall here? I can't, but I can here. So I can just, but you could have a weighted variant from many different textures. Yeah, you probably can, but I'm not sure like how much time slash work that would be for germ slash graphics slash whoever wants to do it. I think it will be cool nonetheless. I do not believe it would need Optifine. It shouldn't require Optifine though. Because I'm pretty sure the cursed dirt texture, which is also randomized, does not require Optifine. Same goes for the barrels. And like really, the single best thing in the texture pack is the barrel textures, and especially this one. I'll take spruce slabs. Okay, do I? No, that one is a cool one as well. No. Why am I getting all the wheat ones now? No. No. This is my single favorite texture of the whole pack. The cut barrel. Even though it's quite simple, but it's like just the cut texture smashed all in there. And it's something very small, but it's the same texture as the cut does. The apples are cool as well, yeah. But really, the cut barrel is my favorite texture of like the whole pack. Bam. I really like the randomized barrels. Like, I used to play without texture packs all the time, but if I would ever step away from like Vaston, I would go back to my own Minecraft thingy. I would do it without texture packs, but I would keep like the randomized barrels probably. Just because it's so good, you know? Should have salmon too, yeah, but I'm glad with the cold barrels, and I will not ask for too many things. Oh, damn it. Okay, this wall. Bushy leaves, I have a love-hate relationship with. Because this works good, but can I give you an example without breaking anything? Okay, I will not use actual leaves because I don't have a oh, wait, I can. Okay. So, in general, I really like the bushy leaves. I'm not sure about the snow and the bushy leaves. That's another debate for me. But the main issue I have with bushy leaves is this. Imagine we have our building, and this is the inside, this is the outside. It didn't do it this time. Which way is it? Okay, apparently either it is fixed or I'm just getting lucky with how it looks. Yeah, they used to glitch through corners a lot. And I kinda hated that when it did it. I do understand what the issue was with that, but it might have been fixed entirely, to be honest. Yeah, it might have been fixed with the latest texture pack update, to be honest. In which case, let's go bushy leaves. But we'll put this here, we'll put some hay there, we'll put some hay there. Make it look like they did an attempt at making it all cozy. Okay, is this good? Because this is really in your face, but I kinda like that. Um, Sugarcane smugglers. Yeah, you know, tax evasion, import tax evasion. Because at first I thought maybe sugarcane can be like some weird medieval drugs, but at the same time, no, just sugarcane is fine. Should get a set of slabs more. Is this one empty? It is. Okay, probably add like a little diary on this one. Just to explain people what is happening here, because they probably will be confused. And I mean, they're in their right to be confused, but this Oh. I tried to bait out the shot, but it didn't really work. I kind of wanted to look like how this transition is for the river, because this part is kind of weird, isn't it? Might have to terraform that someday if I'm up for that. Okay, I should put the hay bales back into the decoration chest as well. I should whip out the banner chest, put that one in there. Wait, they do not stack? That is annoying. Stone cutter. Oh, it's. I thought it was double smelted smooth. So, what do I use double smelted smooth stone for? Is that for the smeltery? Because I did want to make a stone slab. Yeah, this is weird, but has potential, especially with the waterfall there. Yeah, I think someone should just kind of come over here at terraform shulker box. Redo the waterfall. I would keep the waterfall, but like make it prettier. Add in some mossy cobble underneath the waterfall and just around it, maybe a bone meal, that little piece of grass. Fix like the right side of the waterfall with either extending the stone a little bit. And to be honest, just doing this valley in general, which can be done in two ways, either just terraforming or either extending the slums. And to clarify, I'm not sure if these are the slums of Port Bray, but since they're like all really small houses and I feel like they're slums, they're now slums of Port Bray, even though there are a lot of flowers around here. And they might have one of the prettiest roads of whole Port Bray, because they can come here through the hidden garden or whatever it is underneath most of Port Bray. Even though this is a very deadly space. Especially with people like that over there. But since Port Bray didn't really have another place for slums, I feel like these are the slums. And some of them do have like very basic interiors, but most of them literally are like this. Except this one. This one would be great for like a thieves guild or something, because it goes into these natural caverns which go a little bit on. I haven't really explored them yet. I think that comes out on the waterways eventually, and this one comes out to the more upper area of the slums. Ooh, we even have a floor here. And a deadly cave without any lighting. And this used to be one of my favorite spots of Barbary. It was really cool before this ship came here. It's still cool now, but just like having this very open. I should terraform this bit. And that bit. And actually that rock. It's not really loading in entirely, but... Yeah, this is a cool area for brain nobody ever sees, to be honest. Perfect for illegal stuff, of course. So many great projects, yeah, I know, man. Although I've been doing a lot of the quests. My current quest is actually one for custom trees for age. Oh. I think I have to design 5 types of custom trees. I love to see the attention to old kingdoms. Yeah, I know. Like, I know a while ago Fix said to that we probably never would touch the old kingdoms, but we kinda came around to that again. And at this point, I am very much agreed with, like, we shouldn't take down old builds just to redo them. But I feel like going to old kingdoms and introducing new stuff and making them better, even if it is just like decorating the insides of the houses or adding some custom terrain around it, that does a lot and is really, really pleasant actually. Wood. I have to do 3 bridges from Soleil to the Monument of the Fallen for my second quest. That is actually a fun quest as well. I did this line most of the bridge quests because I did a lot of bridges before the quest system was introduced. And I was kinda getting bored of doing bridges. So I needed some change for just a while. Yeah, I know, man. Like, I mean, if a project is unfinished and it is like very clearly unfinished, like only one wall of like the 4 walls blend out, okay, tearing it down would be an option then. But otherwise, like, just keep stuff as it is. But for example, if I would come here, I might consider tearing down this wall and terraforming a new cliff face. Or here I would consider adding some barrels, hanging a lantern from the ceiling somewhere instead of the torch, or even putting it right on here. And then adding in some barrels here. Just stuff like that, which some of it couldn't do before just because of the new blocks. But it looks so good. I've started with like adding in barrels at like random places in Port Bray as well. Just to make the walkway seem like more alive, which is pretty cool, I think. I keep on putting like my logs away and needing them back. But that's fine. All is fine. Can I make just only 2? Yeah, barrels are kinda expensive. Well, they aren't. Chests are really expensive. Barrels are less expensive compared to chests, I guess. off season, and after the banking clan, I'm heading to Saleya. It needs some love, and I think I want my personal base there. Out of the kingdom. That sounds pretty cool. I have actually been doing my personal base, well, planned my personal base here in Port Bray, which I will show you. This was a very neglected area, and it's actually right outside of Port Bray because I didn't want to do a big build right inside Port Bray. Can I go? No. What was the good way out of here again? I want to do like a keep-like building. Not a castle, but like just a smallish keep. And it had to be at a location which made sense, of course. So I took a look at Port Bray as a whole. I was not sure if I wanted it in Port Bray, to be honest, or not, but Port Bray is kind of this special city for us because it's our hub city, so I thought it would be cool to have it here. Especially since no one really at that point was doing their player base at Port Bray. So right here we have like the mines going to this big ass quarry, which is a shame you can't really use anymore because its strip mines are like all out at diamond level, but sure. And what I literally did, where this road going like this, I broke, this was like natural, I broke into here, made like this little road up here. Terraformed this little bit, I have a little hidey hole over there as well. Made this bridge together with my cousin. Started filling in like these wheat fields behind the quarry because this was just plains. This wood here, this will be a stone pillar, and over there will be some hot springs in the mountainish. Over here will be the cart, and this is where we planned our project, which we haven't worked on yet because my cousin had no time. We will be adding in a tower up there, walls here, a gate, and we will have a little keep encased into the mountains over here. Yeah, it's me. It's very unfinished at this point, and there is like another area in the mountains just over here behind this, which we will connect. And while I was here, I already did make the road here. Well, planned it out. When I have time, I will terraform this whole canyon. But I'll probably do that together with my cousin as well, just because of speed and fun, because otherwise projects like this can be such a grind. I just do not want to do it alone, you know? This is like his Phantom Tower, which wasn't connected to the world at all yet. He had like this little piece of road leading out of his Phantom Tower. He has like this piece of road which just goes straight here and ends. Just ends somewhere down there. And I will be connecting this back towards Port Bray with the road, just so it feels connected again. And I looked on the map, and to be honest, Port Bray doesn't really have any roads at this side, which is kinda odd nonetheless. Especially if you're looking at like a military standpoint, most sides of Port Bray are either sea, big ass mountains, or the wall around it. Yeah, if you have to do it alone, it will be tedious. Like, for example, I've been doing these wheat fields alone, and I have been texturizing the road in between, and this takes so long, just because I'm using so many different blocks, which I probably shouldn't, but well. And the only thing which was on these planes was this little staircase which heads back into the mine, which is just the mine over there. But we have like the nether invasion point over there with the walls, and even though the quarry is like directly connected to Port Bray, there wasn't like anything in quote unquote stopping for an army from marching down there up to this point and just go into Port Bray. So I think a keep over there will make some sense, you know, at least to keep out invading forces or even just bandits, you know. So that is why like all my shulkers are permanently camped down here, to be honest. Mostly because we wanted to build out of nether brick, and we needed sand for something as well. Can't remember. We did choose a color palette, and we did try out some tower designs into the tour world a while ago. But we need to rethink our walls slightly, because right now we wouldn't have like actual space for the walls because our towers are bigger than we initially planned, and so yeah. Okay, that said, I have to find myself a way back into the slums. It definitely does make sense. It's the weak spot to Port Bray nodding in the way. Especially the nether invasion point was there. I'm sure it would have been. Yeah, and it just feels odd that there isn't like anything to look that way. There isn't like even a tower or a turret at the walls up there. So in that way it made sense, and I was debating some other locations, but that was the one which made the most sense to me eventually. Do you want to put an extra barrel on here? I think I'm just going to leave this like that. I'll fill in the book in just a bit. But speaking of, I could do it. I could do it like this, or I could make it like shells, which have like a barrel in there. I think I would go for the barrels just here. Because this looks like a little storage shack to me, to be honest. Okay, through very quickly. I think we'll just put gravel in there. We do need to make like a little diary. And how do we explain the situation best out of like a character? I have to take the book first. Um, we should. Um, so it's not really like a diary entry, but it's like just, I guess, what this guy will like explain himself to someone else in the slums because he probably can't write either. But I'm not sure how to convey this little story otherwise. Like, I can't make like a big video about this because, frankly speaking, it's not like interesting enough to be a video on its own. So I might eventually do one with like all the little stories I'm leaving behind. Same goes for like the iron quarry I made near Ender's Rest. But I really think it's cool to be able to find these little stories inside the actual Minecraft world when you're exploring it. It does give the world a little bit extra life to it. Oh, that's the wrong shot. to the degree they flesh out the kingdoms and towns and the people better. Yeah, like I really like the big epic stories and myths of Faston we do have, but I also see like the importance into just the small ones, which are like almost Easter egg-like, but they do complete the picture for me. And frankly, I do enjoy making these little sceneries, pieces of lore, more than I do enjoy making up like a really big epic story. Just because, first of all, if I would make a really cool epic story, and I make it like on my own channel, like it does not reach as many people as it should, which are fan of the Realm of Aston. Well, Fix or someone else could do that way better, and it would reach more people. While doing this, it doesn't really matter that I don't reach everyone, but like every single person I do reach is a big plus for me because it's just like it's not hidden lore, but it's not very open either. Just like bonus lore, which does explore the world in a different way, I guess. For Western Dimensions, I did some lore of like a street thief as well, which had like a hideout underneath a square, which I enjoy as well. Um, in Realm of SM itself, I did like the Iron Quarry and his colleague. I did some in another kingdom as well, which was about a farmer, but I'm not sure where I did left that, to be honest, I forgot. Sorry, I had a phone call. Yeah, no problem, man. Um, what is the English term for this? In medieval times, you had landlords which like rented out land for farmers in return of like a big percentage of the crops as well. You like the Easter egg description, especially with the tour server, yeah. Because right now I just have very few of them, but at one point, if there were like enough of them, it would make touring a server not only fun for just the builds, because half of the people who handle the tour server don't know any of the lore behind it. But I think this way of doing it might be a good segue to get people to the lore. How complicated and big it all might seem. It's not vessels. Do we even know it in my own language? Let me Google Translate that because I do not know the English word for it. I'm not sure if there's even. I think peonage is the close. It's also translated as agility. It is done by weight, but the server will be shut down for maintenance in 5 minutes. Oh no! One of the things that happened in medieval times is that like you did not actually own your own body. It was not straight up slavery, but it came close. You in Dutch and German it's called lijfeigenschap or horigheid. Which basically translates to your body being property of like a higher up lord, which translates to you having to work on fields and you keep like a very small cut, while the bigger cut goes to your landlord, which does own you. I might be searching this too far to be honest, but it is like servants and maids, but I think peonage. Yeah, you do work for food, shelter, and protection, and you do not really have much choice regarding that. But at the same time, you're not just straight up a slave, because slaves were objects in the literal sense, while you still are considered, I guess, a person, but like just without without as much rights, of course. But okay, the server will restart like any time, I guess. I'm going to put circuit in this barrel. And when I need it, I can get it back. I did need one piece of paper. This is why I started this whole adventure. It's like the class system. Might be best considered as peasants here. I'm not sure how I would convey it in a story directly. Okay, I hope this does not reset when the restart happens, but I'm gonna press done once to make sure that one is saved. In 1 minute, okay, we'll put this there. We'll just wait this one out for a sec. Well, for 1 minute actually. I do want to check on the Dynamap. I want to take a look around Port once again. Because other than like the wheat fields I was making and the wheat fields just to the right of the mine, Port Bray doesn't really have any wheat fields or like food sources other than probably trade and like fish from the sea. Which is kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, I see there were some fields added to the south as well, but they're closer towards the witches than towards the Bray, to be honest. So I might have to go and just add a ton of wheat fields at one point. Or carrots or potatoes, whatever, just like crops in general, a food source. Because right now it feels like Port Break couldn't sustain itself for food at all. Because on the top left of the city there's like a very small farm, and on the bottom there is a very small farm as well. But that's no way enough to feed the city. I think the idea was it was brought in by Travel and Khalil, or if you spell it. Yeah, true. But at the same time, even if you bring it in from outside, to answer to the house that is in Braid, to house you now, yeah. Khalil is mostly wood logs. There isn't really farms over there either. While Treville has quite a few. But Treville is actually pretty far, so the only way to bring it in will be by sea, which they have to cross like the ice fields in between. I think we really should like add more fields to Treville and add more fields to Porbray as well. But I agree, probably need another source since, yeah, from a very militaristic standpoint, right now, if you would cut off the port of Porbray, and I know it's Porbray's their main thing is their port, but if you would cut off their port right now, which isn't protected that well, the city would starve. What am I doing over? What am I doing over here? Oh, is my progress of like the last few minutes completely gone? And with progress I mean the book. Fishing vessels, yeah. And I guess like my player base here, but like I would want to do more wheat fields that way a little bit. Would also increase the food which Pobray has, and those are the other wheat fields I spoke about, which isn't very big to be honest, but I think I lost quite a bunch of progress, to be honest. And I do hope it's just player data. Because if it's just player data, I don't care. But but that is the point. I do care, the book. Okay, I know what I did. I did something like... Okay, I'm slightly annoyed about the book, but I can look back at stream and just rewrite it. At least the pieces I already had. So I'm kinda glad I'm streaming this, because otherwise I would have lost the entire story. I have to head off, I have to do some elderling. Actually, that's alright. I'm going to end up stream. I'm probably going to rewrite the book real quick as well. Might be the easiest way to doing it. Just looking at what I wrote. It was fun to have you, man. And I'll see you later. And for the other people, good night. See you folks next time.